What's up, everybody? Sean, 40-year-old physiotherapist, here to talk to you today about my new training block. I've taken a little bit of a break from training because I keep hurting myself. Taken me some time to reflect on what went wrong, and just kind of a about face where I'm thinking, okay, I'm the one doling out all this advice and I keep kind of getting hurt. What's wrong? I reviewed everything and I'm just going to kind of tell you about what I learned. So in my videos, all I ever really talk about is my training with sprinting, jumping, and lifting. But going on in the background is, upwards of 4 to 6 hours of basketball that I play a week. And I've just been having the darndest time making progress in the gym while staying healthy on the court. And that all kind of culminated strain of my lower back. And I am now 7 days, 7 days out from that, 7 days from that injury, and finally getting back into training. And so this phase, this little mesocycle that I'm going to do is going to be basically like an on-ramp back into movement. I'm going to have a bit more focus on mobility because I think I've let that get out of control a little bit. We'll see where I can take it. So I'll give you the mile-high view on what rehab professionals and strength and conditioning coaches think about stretching. We have like one study that's cited over and over again. I'll probably post it right here that says that acutely you're going to lose power production or strength production, force production, I should say, after stretching. So people say like, don't stretch. But a more nuanced take of that is if you can't hit the requisite positions that you need for your sport or for your lift, it's like you probably need to stretch. I have just noticed I've been getting stiffer and stiffer and stiffer and just kind of putting it off more and more and more. And so I need to get my hips and my knees and my ankles loose before I squat because I like to squat real deep. If I've come off in the past as seeming like I don't care about stretching or have said you don't need to stretch, it's basically combating this idea that you need this full activation, warm up, mobility routine thing to get ready for your workouts. I've always been a proponent of just doing the exercise at a lower weight or lower intensity and then building it up as you get warmed up. That works. But when you're trying to squat ass to grass with a perfect upright back and Olympic style, you need a lot of mobility. And I've kind of let that slip. So we're going to stretch before we squat. Sue me. Oh my goodness. Whew. The quads have taken a beating. Who would think that jumping, playing basketball, and squatting all the time would lead to tight quads? So basically all I'm doing in my training is we're going to hit a top set at a very low RPE, and then we're going to do back off sets based on a rate of perceived exertion calculator, RPE calculator, like 65% of that, and do drop sets. So today, for example, I'm going to do back squats. I will do 3 reps at RPE 5, meaning I have 5 reps left in the tank. And then I'm going to calculate 65% of an estimated 1 rep max based on that 3 at RPE 5 and do back off sets, 4x4 at 65%. With regards to the squat too, this time around, I'm going to be squatting more frequently. I think what was happening was I was just doing it like once or twice a week. So 1, it wasn't very well practiced. And 2, whenever I would get a chance to squat, I would overreach and get my knees too sore, get my body too systemically tired. And then I'd have to go play a bunch of basketball. And that's just not a recipe for good training. So this plan, I'm going to do 3 times a week squatting. And it's going to be like, today's my primary day. I'm going to do back squats. And then later in the week, I'm going to do paused back squats. And then 2 days later, I'm going to do tempo or paused front squats that are super lightweight. And today is going to be my most intense day. And then it's going to taper off during the week. Then as a primer, I'm just to touch power production and get a little bit of jumping in my training, because that was the thing that was like tearing me up, especially my knees. We're just going to do single leg box jumps. for a block. And then on a second day, I'm going to do like single leg seated box jumps. So these are super pitiful. So bear with me. Oh my gosh. That left leg don't work. Getting looser. Let's see what this angle looks like. These are going pretty well. 50-pound jump. We'll see if this is a 3 at 5 RPE. I'm going to watch that back. This is where it gets weird. It's like, that was difficult. Is 185 an 8 rep max? That's the question I'm asking myself. So the safe bet is just to say yeah, and then calculate everything off of that. I'm going to watch the tape though, and then report back to you. So tape watched. I was being a little dramatic, don't you think? A lot of noises for 185. But again, been injured. I've been beat up. So if nothing else, just undershoot. And this is just advice for anybody. I'm going to personally undershoot so I can get some momentum going in this training cycle. I have plenty of weeks ahead where I can just start adding weight. That's where we're going to leave it. And now we get to do the fun part, calculating my 65% for my back off sets 4x4, which are going to be very snappy and easy, I imagine. But it's kind of the point. Okay, so you can see here on the RPE calculator, I just type in 185 and then I say 3 reps for RPE 5, and then it calculates my 1 rep max based on that, 235. At this stage of the game, that'd probably feel pretty darn heavy on my back. And so we do the slider down to 65%, and it's recommending 153 pounds. We're going to round up because we like that. Okay, that literally feels great. Reminder that all of this is going to be on Train Heroic. I'm actually going to take the plunge. I'm accepting 15 athletes because I have 0. I just need I need 1 to be able to pay for the monthly subscription. So if you're that lucky guy or gal and you want some good programming and you want to follow along on this block, go ahead and become one of my athletes and you'll get to have this super fun training. Grateful for anybody who's watching this and happy to share my journey. Like really, this is going to be fun. So let's get it. Peace.